an enemy of himself or herself. There is no way you will enjoy, those of us who have lived in this country for some time. There are some of us who, in the eras of the 60s and early 70s, who could not move, who could not go to a nightclub, who could not walk with a beautiful girl. Yes, because I can give you a case where somebody was shot dead because he was having a beautiful girlfriend. Now, that is history. So I'm appealing, therefore, that paying taxes, first, is noble. You are helping yourself and helping others. Let us remind ourselves of the target performance for financial 22-23. The budget strategy for financial year 22-23 focused on industrialization for inclusive growth, employment, wealth, and effort to raise Uganda's per capita income from $936 to $1,049 and improve the quality of life for every Ugandan, as I've said. A number of economic growth opportunities and priorities aligned with the long-term aspiration of liberating Uganda from dependence were laid out. These include boosting exports through the development of trade and market infrastructure, operationalization of one-stop border posts, restoration of socio-economic activity through increased access to capital for individuals, reinstating business activity through different fiscal and monetary measures like MIOGA, PDM, and other financing schemes. We have endeavored to achieve these, although with hurdles as elaborated below. The current economic environment. The government acknowledges the economic hardships that have persisted over the years, but I'm happy to know that amidst the economic distresses, you, our economic heroes, have helped to sustain the economy through your continuous tax contributions. We are still standing and promisingly improving. Matia, the economy is still strong, and we are moving. One of the major hitches being experienced by many businesses is delayed government payment to suppliers. This has caused liquidity issues in the economy, and as such, many of you have struggled to stay afloat, especially when, in such scenarios, the URA demands their fair share of taxes. We are working in consultation with the URA and have introduced some new process improvements, e.g., EFRIS, to address the issue. We are also cognizant of the climate change factors that have adversely affected the agricultural sector. Since our country is primarily driven by agriculture, a reduction in on-farm production affects, for example, our exports to regional and international markets, affecting our foreign earnings. The agricultural sector generates approximately 24% of our GDP, accounting for more than half of the country's export earnings. In a comparison, over 70% of working age group are employed in this sector. As such, the government aims to support farmers who are producing major forex earners for sustainability. Besides the above factors, we have also seen challenges around business enablers in the environment, such as the prolonged fuel crisis and price increase in things like electricity. An increase in fuel and electricity prices adversely affects consumption, affecting profitability. When the bottom lines of businesses' performance are affected downwards, URA will fetch less, causing a strain on our taxpayers. Due to the above challenges, the country registered a slow GDP growth rate of 4.6% in financial year 21-22. However, for financial 22-23, we achieved a growth rate of 5.2%. The slow growth is attributed to the adverse effects of above challenges that I have mentioned above, in, for example, for agriculture and manufacturing and general trade. But because today we boast of improvements in total tax collections from last year, it is in order to celebrate with a toast to the contributors to the national fund, that is you, our esteemed taxpayers. You are indeed heroes. We sing praises to you and commit to supporting you accordingly in the journey of fostering and reinforcing voluntary compliance. Thank you very much. Now, on a positive note, to our delight, I wish to report that one of the key sectors that was adversely hit by COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism sector, has performed so well compared to what was envisaged. Whereas the recovery of the sector was thought to happen after 5 years, I am excited to report that 2 years later, we are back to our previous standing, and all indicators and reports from players in this industry indicate that we are steadily gaining momentum. We acknowledge a good revenue contribution from this sector. Uganda Revenue Authority has had a good revenue results registered so far, performing at 98%. URA management managed to collect 21.66 trillion in financial 2021-22, registering a 12.4% revenue growth and tax to GDP of 13%. Thank you, URA. But thank you, URA. But you remember those of you who read some little literature like me, we need more. My ministry commits to support URA in your mandate, totally. As I conclude my remarks, I once again thank our taxpayers and development partners for your contribution and efforts towards freeing Uganda from donor dependency. Literally, no, sorry. As the Waganda say, kamu kamu gwe muganda. Literally translated as one by one makes a bundle. The task join efforts to sustain our economy and propel ourselves to greater heights. With these remarks, I wish you an enriching celebration and fruitful deliberations. With these so many words, it's my great pleasure to invite the Honorable...
Honorable Minister, not yet. Just a minute, just 1 minute. As we prepare the Prime Minister, allow me request that you award the next recipients, then you invite the Prime Minister.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we will quickly move to our next set, which is Kampala Metro. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Honorable Minister will award this category